Let's talk about calling you on the carpet. How does scolding or calling someone on the carpet fit into your plan to supersize and grow your business? Well, it doesn't really fit into my plan to supersize and grow my business at all. I don't believe in scolding or talking down to people, because scolding to me is talking down to people. It is treating them not like I would want to be treated. But what does this expression come from? What does it mean? Calling on the carpet, to call somebody on the carpet, comes from the days, the 1800s, the early 1800s, I believe, when there were servants and masters and manners and things like that. And to be called on the carpet or to walk the carpet was when a servant, later known as an employee, would be called to the masters or the mistress of the houses or the manor's office and talked about something they had done that was not appropriate or not right, or that they did wrong, and they were scolded. It usually meant they were scolded and told why they had done something wrong. And then that moved to the factory floor and corporations, and when we got into the industrial age, and an employee was called to the boss's office, which was often carpeted, whereas the factory floor or the workplace was generally not carpeted. And this later became, whenever you got scolded about anything by anyone in authority, that came to mean call you on the carpet. Now, I remember the first time I was called on the carpet in my corporate America life. I was working for one of the biggest corporations in the world, and I was called on the carpet, meaning to human resources, and that was actually a carpeted area of the business. It was a really big factory, and I ran a team of men and women who made toilet paper, and I was called to human resources with my boss to talk about my use of the term guys, because in my team meetings, I grew up in Wisconsin, we said, hey you guys, let's do this, hey you guys, let's do that. We always called everybody guys, that we were talking to a group of people, and that was inappropriate. And I learned that we work with men and women, that's a respectful way to address them, not calling them guys. Now, could my boss have just said, Sharon, don't call people guys, it kind of offends them? Yeah, absolutely, positively. But instead, this particular woman didn't like me very much, and so she decided she would call me on the carpet with human resources to discuss my use of the term you guys. Now, if that was the worst thing I ever did there, I'm okay with that. But I still remember that to this day. I remember how it felt to be called to the principal's office, called to the office, called to human resources with my boss to discuss a phrase that I was using, right? A colloquialism, a terminology that I used based on where I was raised and where I came from. Instead of just giving somebody feedback, and this is a thing that I see and saw in corporate America a lot. The way we give people feedback, the way we talk to people, the way we do performance appraisals in most organizations is just plain wrong and horrible. Now, obviously I immediately stopped using the phrase you guys, and I switched it up with you all. But I remember to this day that experience. And it wasn't bad, but it wasn't a good experience. It was way overkill and unnecessary for the situation. And do we want to do that in our businesses? Do we want to treat people in any way, shape, or form that we don't want to be treated? I don't think so, especially our employees, because the people that work for us and with us are representatives and help us grow the business and the organization that we want to grow. If we treat them in a way that doesn't feel good, guess what? That's how we're going to treat our customers, our perfect prospects. We never want that. At least I don't ever want that in my business. So is being called, or is calling someone on the carpet, is that a good idea? Is that a good thing? Maybe it is for your business. Maybe it is for the culture and the environment that you're trying to cultivate. It just isn't for the kind of business that I run, or for the businesses that I run. I'm trying to think. I'm big on talking to people and using teaching moments and having people have ahas and lessons learned versus scolding them or calling them out. Never, ever, ever, ever scolding or calling out or reprimanding people in front of other people. It's unnecessary. It's kind of like bullying. And do you want to be in an organization where your folks feel bullied, your partners feel bullied? maybe that fits for the type of business that you're running. I don't know. You know, if you're the mob, I guess bullying, it's all about bullying and calling people on the carpet and scolding them. And I've been watching too many movies lately, shooting them in the head. So, have you ever been called on the carpet? And if so, for what? I would love to see a little bit of that in the comments below. A little discussion on that. And have you ever called anybody on the carpet in a way that you look back on now and you're like, geez, I could have handled that better? Because that's our teachable moment. That's our lesson learned. I'm sure I've given people feedback in a way or said something that upset them once or twice, because I tend to be a little like upfront and in your face. But that's to the person. It's never in front of other people. And I never really called them on the carpet. It's like, hey, when I see it, we talk about it. Same with kids. Hey, when you do this, and I don't want to see more of that behavior, let's discuss how you could have handled it better. So that's it. Go out, make an absolutely fantastic day. I will hope that you are not called on the carpet today, and I am going to not call anyone on the carpet today. Go out, have a fantastic day, and I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow.